everyone, welcome to Showcase 8 Video 2. You're about to see all the entrants for our 8th showcase, which was to create a flag for the fictional country of Tempus, a nation of people obsessed with time. 26 of you will be participating, so competition is going to be fierce. And don't forget, we also have the Flag This Ghost Flag. As usual, we're not going to reveal who the creators of the flags are in this video, so you won't know which flag is ours. But don't worry, in the next video, when we reveal the results, we will reveal all the creators. And just before we reveal the flags, the link to the ranking form is in the video description where you can rank each flag on a scale of 0 to 10. So let's check out the flags. Here is the first entry. Green symbolizes grass and trees on the skyscraper. The clock represents time. Here is the second entry. The non-white colors represent the time periods that Earth has been in. The symbol in the middle is a simplified clock, which is known to tell time. Up next is entry 3. White represents unity as well as the history of time and Tempus. The black stripe represents the sentence time is ticking. Red represents the value of time, the people, and the country. The red semicircle and the white line represent a clock, which is a time measurement. Next, we have entry 4. The reddish-brown symbolizes clocks. The red symbolizes the bloodshed for the country. The light blue symbolizes the people. The yellow symbolizes the sun, and the star symbolizes the future. Next, we have entry 5, and the creator of this flag didn't come up with any symbolism. Next is entry 6. Green represents the past and the memories that the people of Tempus will cherish forever. Blue represents the present and everything that is ongoing in the country. Black represents the unknown future and everything that is to come. White represents the constant flow of time from the past to the present and from the present to the future. Yellow represents the wealth of the country in terms of time, and red represents the efforts that the people make to always be on time. The two triangles on the top and bottom of the flag resemble an hourglass, which serves as a reminder to the people that time is precious. Next is entry 7. The white triangle represents the lifetime of a person, which begins with a world of endless opportunity, and as time passes, the number of opportunities diminishes. The red border represents the blood and energy of each person. The black triangles represent obstacles which must be overcome in life. They also represent death and serve as a reminder to the people of Tempus that one day they will die, and that life and their time should be held in high esteem. Next is entry 8. Instead of a symbolism, this flag has a practical utility. The flag of the Empire of Tempus doubles up as an exact sundial. First, you fold the flag in half. Together with a weight on a string, the flag can now be used as a protractor. With this tool, prepare a flat surface that is orthogonal to the Earth's axis at your current latitude. Unfold the flag again and put it on this surface oriented according to the cardinal directions. Now hold the weight on the string directly over the center of the flag. The shadow of the string shows you the exact time of the day. Next is entry 9. The flag is divided into 4 triangles. These portions represent the seasons, in a clockwise motion starting with winter and cycling through the year. Next up is entry 10. The yellow represents an hourglass. The blue arrow represents the arrow of time and the time moving forward. And the 12 white dots represent the 12 hours on the clock. The black represents the universe and infinity of time. Next is entry 11. Yellow represents the city and the residents of Tempus. Black symbolizes passing clouds and the sky. The clock represents time. Next up is entry 12. The symbol in the middle is an antique dodecagon clock face. The colors of antique aged orange are found on old antique dodecagon clocks. The tan color is found on antique dodecagon clock faces. In the center of the flag is an antique dodecagon clock face with the numbers in Spendleton versus Fruity Hero font. The numbers are placed on the 12 points of the dodecagon. The short hand is at the 8 and the long hand is just about at the 1, and the minute hand is on the 4. The clock reads 8:03 a.m., the start of the working day. Next is entry 13. Yellow stands for birth, green stands for life, and the red stands for death. The hourglass represents time in general and how it should be valued. Next is entry 14. This flag tries to capture a timekeeping tradition going back centuries and features 3 horizontal stripes of red, orange, and yellow, symbolizing both the setting and rising of the sun over the horizon. In ancient times, this was the only reliable means of timekeeping. The black right-angled triangle at the hoist symbolizes the shadow cast by our traditional triangular sundial. The black triangle can also be seen as representing a forward-pointing arrow to symbolize the constant forward motion of time. In this imagining of Tempus, many flagpoles themselves may even serve as sundials, with markings all around them to measure their shadows, even if the people of Tempus now use newer technology for their day-to-day lives. Next, we have entry 15. The proportions of this flag are 1:1. Black represents darkness, whereas white represents lightness. Sand represents the sands of time. The wheel of time resembles a 24-hour clock, with each slice representing 1 hour of the day. The hourglasses represent that human existence is indeed fatal. Next is entry 16. The white circle is the clock of time. The star represents people. The stripe symbolizes the leader of the country. Yellow represents recourses. Black symbolizes the past, and white symbolizes the future. Next is entry 17. The flag name is 4 Seasons. The importance of time in Tempus is like the remembrance of the 4 seasons. Spring, the green upper fly. Summer, the red lower fly. Autumn or fall, the khaki lower hoist. And winter, the blue upper hoist. And this remembrance is used clockwise from the upper fly. Next we have entry 18. The pattern on the flag is a simplified image of the hourglasses because this country is obsessed with time. White represents peace as well as the bright future for Tempus. Light blue represents the sky and the high ambitions to reach more success. Next is entry 19. Dark blue symbolizes night. Light blue symbolizes day. The 2 white stripes symbolize the moment of awakening in the morning and the moment of falling asleep at night, which separate the night from the day. The 7 moons symbolize the change of the moon's shape during the months of the year. Each moon represents 1 day of the week. Next we have entry 20. The field of golden yellow symbolizes the sands of time, as well as a reminder to those that fly it that time is precious like gold. The sun and moon in the center represent the ancient ways that people told time. The sun representing sundials and the crescent representing the phases of the moon ancient cultures used to indicate time. Together they represent night and day, a clear indication of time itself. The sun has 24 rays, symbolizing the amount of hours in a day. The flag has a ratio of 1:2, which represents the number 12, the amount of numbers on a standard clock face. Next is entry 21. The ratio of the flag, 12:8, represents the time that Tempus was founded, 12:08 a.m. This is also represented on the clock in the center of the flag. The clock is a symbol of Tempus. On the hoist are 2 triangles, creating a half hourglass, which represents time. Black represents night and beige represents day, 2 important things to the passage of time. The colors additionally represent the 2 major political parties of Tempus, the anti-party and the post-party respectively. An additional symbolism of beige is the sands of an hourglass. Next is entry 22. The creator of this flag had no time to create a flag for Tempus, though some people say the white actually stands for the fur of temporal polar bears that roam freely in the streets of Tempus, though this rumor has never been confirmed nor denied. Next we have entry 23. The flag depicts a dark green field cut in 2 by a yellow narrowing band and a yellow split gear. The narrowing band is in fact a stylized hourglass, one of the most known symbols of Tempus, that is a well-known time-counting device. This represents the importance of time in the culture and society of Tempus. The gear is the most known attraction in the most known theme park of the country, Tempoland, called the Great Gear of Time. The yellow symbolizes the color of the metal used to craft the watches used by the people, some of the best ones on the whole planet. The dark green represents the oil that lubricates the gears of the watches, a crucial element to the good functioning of time. Next is entry 24. The hour hand means the future of Tempus. The minute hand means the past of Tempus. The clock implies the time of the past and future of Tempus, with a bright and dark history. The blue represents the sky with the cloud for the past. The black represents the dark night, and the white star means the future of Tempus and also peace. Next is entry 25. The moon and sun are placed close to one another to symbolize how time can switch quickly from day to night, and vice versa if you are not careful with it. The color blue symbolizes infinity because time is endless, just like the sky. The color gray symbolizes neutrality because time is neither bad nor good. The color yellow symbolizes wealth because time is money. Next is entry 26. Red symbolizes courage and determination, blue symbolizes unity and freedom, and white symbolizes neutrality. The triangular design was selected as a triangle has the least size of any polygon, symbolizing efficiency. The two white 12-pointed stars symbolize the 24 hours in a day, 12 a.m. and 12 p.m. And finally, we have entry 27. This flag has an obverse and reverse design, as well as a substantial backstory. We're going to unveil the backstory in text form, so feel free to pause the video and read through it. Here is the symbolism of the flag's obverse. The flag forms a vertical hourglass, squeezed in between by the fast forward and rewind arrows, forming the horizon. This represents the vast intellect and arrogance of the Peregrinans race. They're trying to say that they studied time flawlessly and can master it, just like manipulating the flow of a river, as they believe they are the pendulum. The color blue represents their loyalty to the state. The color yellow symbolizes their knowledge of the cosmos. The color black represents their brutality towards their foes. The saltire symbolizes the universe. The phoenix is the national animal of Capistrum Tempus, and it represents rebirth. The top phoenix represents their glorious past, and the bottom phoenix represents their magnificent future. The message being, no matter how many times you bring me down, I'll only rise back up and soar to victory, and I'll even shine like a star while doing it. Here is the reverse and its symbolism. The design is their official seal of being the empire of time. The yellow background represents the vastness of the universe. The black astronomical clock symbolizes universal time itself. The green ring of fire symbolizes the countless stars throughout time and space, which produce near limitless amounts of energy, plus alpha and omega. The temporal empire is trying to say that they were the first at the beginning of time, and that they will be the last at the end of time. Yellow represents life, black represents death, and green represents persistence. So those were all the flags. Be sure to have your say by ranking all the flags on the ranking form. The closing date for voting is September 23rd, 2022. We will try to get the results video published as soon as we can after the closing date. The flag with the highest score will have their flag reviewed in that video. Best of luck, everyone, and may the best flag win.